From the bright lights of Hollywood to the cold, dark cells of the prison, fame can be a double-edged sword. Some celebrities, despite their fame and fortune, have found themselves on the wrong side of the law. In this video, we'll take a look at actors who are currently serving time in jail. Josh Duggar. Imagine being part of a family with 18 siblings, all while being in the public eye with your own reality TV show. That's the life Josh Duggar led, but it all came crumbling when it was revealed he had abused his sisters. This scandal prevented the Duggar family from appearing on Oprah and sparked a police investigation. In 2021, Josh was charged with lewd materials involving minors, but he pleaded not guilty and vowed to fight the charges. However, his defense turned out to be weak, and he was ultimately found guilty and sentenced to over 12 years in prison.
This is the story of my family. We're the Duggars.
Josh came to us on his own, and he was crying.
Anything about today's outcomes?
We have to show courage, and ultimately we have to stand up for what is right.
Danny Masterson. Danny Masterson, known for his roles in That 70s Show and The Ranch, made a name for himself in the entertainment industry after starting out in commercials as a teenager. However, in 2017, 3 women filed a lawsuit against him for assault, causing his career to take a nosedive. Despite his denial, Netflix removed him from The Ranch in 2020, and Masterson now faces up to 45 years in prison for the alleged assaults.
He's been charged with raping 3 women in the early 2000s.
What are you talking about?
Oh man, I had a chance and I didn't take it.
Fogle. Jared Fogle's story is a wild roller coaster ride that shows how fame and fortune can be lost in the blink of an eye. After shedding a massive amount of weight by eating Subway sandwiches, Fogle became an overnight sensation and was hired by the fast food chain as their spokesperson. He became incredibly successful, raking in the money and even appearing in movies. However, all this came crashing down when the director of Fogle's charitable foundation was arrested for possessing child pornography. This led to an investigation that uncovered Fogle's involvement in the disturbing content. Subway quickly fired him, and Fogle was charged with the distribution of child pornography, facing a possible 50-year sentence. Fogle wisely decided to enter a plea deal with the authorities. He was sentenced to 15 years and 8 months in prison, as well as a hefty fine. It's a cautionary tale that highlights the importance of being aware of the people around you and the consequences of engaging in illegal activities.
Jared Fogle will spend the next 15 years behind bars after pleading guilty to sex crime.
Hayden. Hayden's life took a tragic turn despite his admirable service in the Marine Corps and success as a businessman. He initially built guns as a small side job, but it quickly grew into a full-time business that garnered local and national attention. The Discovery Channel even offered him a show called Sons of Guns. However, his dark past caught up with him when he was arrested for sexually assaulting a minor, and he was ultimately found guilty and sentenced to 2 concurrent life terms plus 40 years. He was later found guilty of another similar charge and received another concurrent life term. Hayden is currently serving his sentence in the Louisiana State Penitentiary and is not eligible for parole or a suspended sentence.
Look, I ain't never got behind anything I did.
I'd like to accurately report the news and the facts.
I got nobody working. We're not doing anything, we're wasting time, and I'm losing money.
Allison Mack. Allison Mack was once a rising star in the entertainment industry, best known for her iconic role as Chloe Sullivan in the hit TV series Smallville. However, her career took a dark turn when she became involved in a depraved cult known as Nexia, which was billed as a group focused on personal development but turned out to be a twisted web of sex trafficking and forced labor. Mack quickly rose to a leadership position within the cult and was involved in numerous unethical practices. In 2018, she was arrested by the FBI and faced a potential sentence of 15 years to life in prison. However, she decided to plead guilty and was ultimately sentenced to 3 years behind bars. Despite this, she is still facing lawsuits from former members of the cult, who she helped operate and once praised.
Superficially, materialistically, I was very successful.
If happiness was the national currency, what would make you rich?
Chloe. Hey, Chloe.
Zach Avery. Zach Avery's Hollywood dream turned into a real-life nightmare when he conned investors out of $650 million by promising to secure the licensing rights to major movies for international distribution. He convinced everyone from close friends to family members that his scheme was legit, but it was all just a Ponzi scheme. Avery's acting skills were put to use in the courtroom as he tried to defend himself against charges of securities fraud, but it didn't work. He was sentenced to 20 years in prison and ordered to pay over $230 million in restitution.
I am completely and utterly in love with you.
I would tell him that
Everything happens for a reason.
Dreschel. He is a true champion of American Ninja Warrior, wowing audiences with his agility and athleticism. However, his impressive career has been tarnished by serious allegations. Despite being known as a friendly gym owner and beloved athlete, Dreschel was arrested by the FBI in August 2022 for heinous crimes. As a result, NBC removed him from their website and reruns of the show. Dreschel is currently awaiting trial, with his defense team struggling to come up with a viable strategy. If convicted, he faces significant fines and many years in prison.
So tonight, no more second chances. If he falls, his season is over. And the pipe drops, but again, Dreschel hangs on. Why did you continue?
Because I can.
Because you can.
Jace. A once successful actor for his roles in popular movies and TV shows such as Forrest Gump and The Shield, let the anger get the best of him and committed an unforgivable crime that ruined countless lives. Despite his fame, wealth, and loving family with children, he decided to take the life of his wife and was found guilty of second-degree murder. As a result, he is now serving a 40-year-to-life sentence at Corcoran State Prison. It's a tragic example of how someone's success can come crashing down in an instant due to their actions.
I realize it does not bring her back. It doesn't.
I hate this thing inside of me.
Michael Andrew Jace, guilty of the crime of murder of April Jace.
Harvey Weinstein. The rise and fall of Harvey Weinstein is a cautionary tale of power and its corrupting effects. As the head of Miramax, Weinstein was a titan of the entertainment industry, but his reputation for predatory and deplorable behavior was an open secret. Despite this, he continued to accumulate wealth and influence, even making cameo appearances in some of his own movies. But everything fell apart when the New York Times and the New Yorker exposed his misconduct, leading to his expulsion from nearly every professional organization and even the revocation of an honor bestowed upon him by the Queen of England. In March 2020, Weinstein was found guilty of some of the charges against him and received a 23-year sentence.
He was the legendary film producer at the top of his game.
Developing news, Harvey Weinstein has been sentenced in a Los Angeles courtroom to 16 years for rape convictions.
Harvey Weinstein is spending his first night in custody.
Locane. Amy Locane, known for her role in Melrose Place, made a fatal mistake when she decided to drive under the influence, resulting in a car accident that took a woman's life. Despite having ties to Hollywood actors Matt Damon and Brendan Fraser, she faced serious charges of aggravated manslaughter and assault with a car. Initially given a 3-year sentence, her legal troubles continued when an appeals court deemed it too light and increased it to 5 years. In 2020, she was finally given an 8-year sentence and is currently serving time, with the possibility of parole in December 2024. It's a tragic turn of events for someone who once had the potential for a successful acting career.
I have no comment at this time. I've never experienced this kind of pain.
Thanks for watching.